Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Arista blush. I don't want to say collection, but yes, it's all the Arista blushes I own, and one Sacha blush. I thought I'll just slip that in here because it's just one I own. And if you like to see swatches of the ones I have and hear my little review on them, please keep on watching. Go ahead and show you the Arista blushes I own, the one Sacha blush I own, and if you follow my channel you would already know what these are, and after which I will do swatches, talk about the blushes on a whole, and then I will actually do a part 2 to this video where I will share with you because different techniques with applying these blushes, and different brushes I use for maybe different colors and that kind of stuff. So this is like a part 1 to the Arista blushes, and then there's a part 2, but in part 2 can be applied to pretty much all types of blushes. But yeah, let's get Arista blushes I own come in 2 packaging. From what I was told, they have the same amount of product in them, same in products, but just the packaging change. I'm not sure which one is old, which one is new, because I bought these almost at the same time. I think I bought 2 one time and then 2 at another time, and it's interesting that they only had like this quantity. They didn't have like any more of the Arista blushes, and I'm not sure if it's because they're fading out the blushes or if by chance they just are always being sold out. So you guys can let me know if you know that. I did ask the Sacha Puzzle there, and she was like, oh, she can't tell me, she just deals with Arista, with Sacha, not Arista. So I was like, okay, don't know who I really am supposed to ask. So the 2 packaging looks like this. Yes, they're both the same price. They are both 15 TT dollars, which is like less than $2.50 US. So this is how they come packaged. This one has an E in it, doesn't say anything. The price tag is at the back with the name of it, a barcode, and the ingredients, and it just says manufactured by manufactured by Arista Cosmetics Limited. So don't know why they wrap and they want to do that, but yeah. And this one now says Arista on it. So one is actually slim and it looks like it's tacky packaging. The other one is rather bulky. A little 2 cents. My preference is actually these ones. They're so tiny and they can stack really well, as against this one looks like 2 of this. Well, I know it's not exact, but you get what I'm saying. The 2 of this might be like 3 of these, right? So it's just really bulky. And if you look at the Arista Sacha blushes, and these are $35, it has pretty much the same set of stuff. Now I'm going to block it because it's so shiny, it might blind you guys, see? But it has the same set of ingredients, and it also says manufactured by Sacha, and it has the name. So can you see? Same stickers, everything. As you can see here, it's the same set of writing, same barcode, and I don't want to say even the same order in which they place it. So these are $15 and these are $35, right? Do you get more product? Don't know, because they both do not say how much product you do get in them. So Sacha Arista package 1, then we have Arista packaging 2. So if I can hold all 3 of these, yeah. They're about the same amount, but these are still a lot of product. 15 TT dollars. So that's it package wise. Compare kind of with the Sacha, and that's how kind of we'll do it for the whole video. Talk about pigmentation on either end and that kind of stuff. So let's get on to what I do have in Arista blushes. I have one here. It's called Whisper, and it is like a burnt kind of red pink. Then we have here Millennium Flame, which is like I would say it's a super pigmented like a rose coral with gold flexes. That's the best way to describe it. Can you see the gold flexes there? Yeah. So this one is a matte and this one has gold flexes, so gold shimmers. This gives you a nice gorgeous glow. Then the other one we have here is called Wild Orchid, and this one does show like if it has shimmers, but to me this applies really matte, so you're not most likely not gonna pick up on the shimmers. And I'll put pictures on these blushes on my blog. So Wild Orchid looks like a matte, it has shimmer. Then the last one, which is in this packaging, is Golden Sunset, which really looks like burnt orange, but it's a matte. And then the one sachet I have here is called Party Glow, which is like a pretty fuchsia pink with silver shimmers in it, but I don't think it comes off like really shimmery or anything like that. It just gives you a little glow kind of stuff, but I still use highlighter with this. So that's it. So let's get on to the swatches. There are 5 of them, so I'm definitely going to use my 5 fingers. I want you to get a real color of each. So we have here Whisper. So this is me swatching. That's Whisper. Yes, this is a blush, okay? It's not an eyeshadow or pigment. This is a blush. This one is called Whisper. Next we have here Millennium Flame. Yep, because soft it is that it actually even crumbled. This is called Millennium Flame. Then we have Wild Orchid. I don't want it to fall out of my hand. That's Wild Orchid. No, I'm not flipping you guys. Last Arista blush I have is called Golden Sunset, and that's it there. Alright, so that's the Arista blush. And then the one sachet, which is Party Glow, looks like this. Alright, so I'm gonna actually swatch them on my hand for you guys. That's the first one. Second. Alright, so that's them there. The one across is actually the Sacha blush. So the first one, starting from the top here, first one again would be Whisper. The second would be Millennium Flame, that's this one. Then we have Wild Orchid here, and then we have Golden Sunset. And this one here is Party Glow from Sacha. Now this one here, which was Golden Sunset, was the only one that swatch a bit splotchy. So, you know, the others really did come out super pigmented. Now to talk about the blush. So as you can see, these blushes are super pigmented. I think for the price, they're absolutely a steal, especially the Arista. The Arista is a steal of a deal. It's like almost no brainer. If you are from medium to dark skin tone, oh my gosh, you are going to be in blush heaven. My only thing, because they're so pigmented, is application. You have to be super careful. You'll have to use a light hand. It just requires you to take a little more time if you are medium tone. If you are, for example, say darker skin tone, this is just going to radiate you. It's going to make you look amazing. Because if you are like my complexion, you really would have to use a very fluffy brush or like a stipple brush. Like this is like really not dense. So for example, let's look at one of the most pigmented ones, like between these two. I'll just pull one like this. You want to tap your brush. You see how much product already is picked up, and when you apply, you're gonna see that you get like a really sheer wash of color, but it's still a lot. And all of this is pretty much will work for me. If you use a really dense blush brush, angled or not, it's gonna come out really like this. You have to be super careful. Because of that, I wouldn't say this is like for people who are now starting out with blush. If you're like my skin tone, worse yet if you're lighter. If you're lighter, these are like really pigmented. if you are a makeup artist and you need to get a lot, build a collection, a kit, this may not all work for you, just because I find it's limited. But then again, it's still something to work with. And especially if you're a makeup artist in the Caribbean and you have to deal with more medium to dark tones in clients, these are going to be like super 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 amazing. I think there's so many other blushes that are like, not so strongly pigmented and are reasonable also, that you can get off with for those other clients. But you can also mix those with these and play around to get like nice shades. And I, however, think that this Sacha blush, I initially thought it was the same as the Arista, and it's like the same feel, but it's actually very different. These feel a lot more velvet. Oops, I nearly dropped it, right? These feel a lot more velvet to the touch, as against the Aristas. They have like, I don't want to say a drying feel. A lot of the three colors I have are pretty much like matte. They're not drying, but they do have a drying effect. They do crumble a bit when you use a brush. Even when I was swatching, this one like has a crumble. This one has a crumble from my fingers. When it's so dry, they actually do have a crumble. But I just find the Sacha one feels like really soft, really really soft, and it is as pigmented. This one in particular has a sheen. However, I think in terms of pigmentation and all of that, I would still go with the Arista for even less than half the cost. If I have to go and buy, and the collection, by the way, for Sacha is like amazing. They have a wide range, really wide range, and I know some of you would even suggest different Sacha blushes to me, but I think really and truly for $35 at Pennywise, I can get 2 Arista blushes. And I went into, I think is one of the image centers, and I think these blushes are like $45 there. Could I be wrong? If it's not 40, it's 45, and that's 3 Arista blushes. Come on. I think the Sacha is really kind of pricey for it as compared to Arista, because it's kind of like the same quality and quantity and pigmentation. So for me, I would not go. I really would not go and purchase another Sacha blush. Would I go and purchase another Arista blush if they have something a little more, I don't want to say less pigmented, because to some extent you'd be like, that's taken away, but I wish I had shades that are a little more geared towards lighter to medium tone. So if you know, if they do, let me know, so that I can keep checking back if they are still making Arista blushes, because I somehow every time I ask at the one at Grand Bazaar, they have the same colors, sometimes even less, may have 2 colors alone. So let me know if they do have other colors, especially if they like for light to medium tone individuals, because like you see, for me, I would just want a flusher color for work. I can't be looking like a clown. And yes, I did put on my Arista Matte Sensation for you guys to do the video, because I had like nude lips. So, but yeah, I just think they are a great buy. $15 TT, less than $2.50. Now, someone had asked me a question. Is it comparable to the La Femme? I really was wondering if these were La Femme blushes. Really, that was like my initial take when I saw them. The La Femme blushes come just like this, same size pan, and I did see one of the La Femme blushes come in packaged like this. If you buy it in a compact, it comes like this. And I was showing a friend of mine the Arista. I actually sent about 3 of these Aristas for her, and she told me that the La Femme used to come like this. This was the old packaging for the La Femme blushes. So then I showed her, I said, but I know this is like, the packaging for the single compact from La Femme. So I don't know if it's one manufacturer that's making all of these. And yes, it's and they just put your name in it, because that happens everywhere. Just they have companies that manufacture it, and everybody slaps their name and label it and all of that. So La Femme is about $25. I'm not dissing La Femme, because they have such a wide range and they have, of course, again pigmented, but they also have for lighter skin tones, straight on to dark, and you get your purples in. You know your girl like her purples, so I get my purples in with it, and I'm happy. So I will purchase La Femme, but when it comes to these Sacha blushes, I will purchase these and then look to see what La Femme has that they don't have. I just wish these were so, I won't say readily available, but they're, you know, they're just not always looking so scanty. If they are making it still make a lot. We all want. So they're a good bang for your buck. Definitely recommend you to go out, get one at least, try it out. If you don't have like such a fluffy brush, because here this is so fluffy and not dense, a stipple brush. One of the stipple brushes that I use is from Elf. Our stipple brush is very flimsy. I don't use this for foundation. As you can see, I've used it for blush. I really use it for like light blush and apply it, and you can get the wash of color that you want. See, that's it there. Can get your wash of color, and then guess what, it's buildable. So yeah, this is, I guess this is one of the ways to go when you really want to just get that shea application from these super pigmented. The only other thing is that with these blushes, when you use fluffy brushes, is that there's a fallout, so you just want to be careful with that. But that is again now my whole rambling about these blushes. Hope it was helpful. I know most of you are very familiar with these blushes, and you kind of like were the ones introduced me after I did that Arista lipstick kind of first impression video how many months back. I have an updated one that I've done it, I just need to upload it for you guys, so that may go up before this video. So if it is, I will link those two, the first and the most updated one. And yeah, stay tuned to see about brushes and applying with different pigmentation, how to apply it, and specifically if you have a blush that is super pigmented, what are some of the brushes that you can use to get different application feels. So until next time, bye.